Good morning, gamers, and welcome back to Banished Souls. This is your Captain Cryptic Gaming. So, do a quick breakdown of what we have going on since the update. Of course, we know PvP, when you go into any of your ports before you leave, you can turn that flag on or off. So, off, you're in PvE, on your own PvP, and you're going to be visible to every player that is in PvP. If you're traveling a team, you do have to worry about friendly fire. Be sure to check out that test video we did earlier. Pretty good stuff with that. Now we're going to fast travel over to St. Anne and we're going to discuss some of the other changes that have happened. So there was a little bit of changes to the wind where they've kind of slowed down the shift, so it doesn't constantly blow in your face. You can almost kind of catch that fine trim in there. So that's going to be nice. And then with our factories as well, I'm going to show you some stuff here as soon as we load in. But when you end up running you're looking at your factories, you're going to see some changes this morning. The 10s are going to stay the same and the 1s are going to stay the same, but 2 through 9 is going to be different. So you're going to see where it will actually have a little bit higher capacity on some of these, and the charge is going to go up. So there's 1500 capacity on a 6 now, where that was, I believe you had to be a 7 or almost 8 to be able to get that in the past. That's going to change. The cost to fund it's going to change because you're actually funding them for a much longer period of time now. 10s have stayed the same on what they're doing, so no real major changes on that. But yeah, you're going to see some more expensive costs on level 2 through 8, or 2 through 9. But what's actually happening is you're giving you a longer run time on your charge. So expect to see that change. Now, for those of you who like us, we tested it earlier. I don't believe I have any more stacks to open, but we'll double check. When you come into your warehouse and you want to open those boxes that you set back, when you open it, instead of it just opening one, it's going to open all now. So that's a great thing. You're not going to have to sit here and click through that trying to open one at a time. You know how long it would take with that. They fixed it. So now it's going to open everything in that stack, which is pretty nice. We're going to move some stuff. We were doing some farming raids earlier, which is always a lot of fun with everyone. Transfer that over. Okay, so another feature that's going to be great. Let us put some, I think I've got some skull rum in here that's ready. Let me put it in our inventory. So typically you would have to run to the warehouse and pick up your skull rum, or any of the gold skull products, silver skull products that you have, the black opium, stuff like that in the game. You had to go to the warehouse to pick it up before you could sell it. Well, as long as it's in the warehouse, you don't have to do that now, and I'm going to show you exactly what to do. Guys, there's some white skull. We'll make some gold, I believe, with this. That must have been the white skull gin, I believe. So that's producing. So we'll head back out here. Do you remember where if you had to go in, you wanted to find your rubies and your gems and stuff to sell to your merchants or anything? If you're going up to Skurlock or Remen, you're trying to sell that. But the merchants for sure is now where you can access the warehouse. I'm pretty sure Skurlock is. We're going to double check that. We did run some tests with the merchants and it was pretty nice. So what I'm going to show you how to do is, if you come up to a merchant, any merchant, you can be talking to any NPC person that you want to do. You're going to go into buy sell, then you're going to go to sell. Now if you look down at the bottom, it's going to say cycle inventory. If you're on Xbox, it's Y. For PlayStation, it's going to be the triangle button. We'll hit that, and guess what? You now have your warehouse, and everything that can be sold is going to appear in here. So if we decide, we want to sell these uncut rubies, we don't have to go pick them all up. We just go straight in there, which is pretty nice. That's a really great feature. I am so glad to see that has been added. Unfortunately, we did not get the larger servers. Like I said, that was a tentative rumor that was going around, so I don't usually buy into rumors, but I put the information out there. That way you can verify it for yourself, and I always ask for that people will do that. Go check and see. If we say, hey, this is the rumor we're hearing, if you can find out where it is, then yeah, definitely let me know. But Yeah, it's one of those things where unfortunately that was the rumor that we seen where they was going to bring those numbers up to 35, but that's going to happen at some point. So definitely a great thing. So we're going to go over here to Skurlock. We are not carrying any Gold Skull products. I want to see if he can access the warehouse in there. My understanding is it's anywhere you can sell, any kind of merchant. Well, I guess technically he's not a merchant, but he does buy and sell, so it should work with him in theory, right? He likes to talk. That is one of the things that guy is known for, is talking. I guess all the kingpins are. Maybe that's why I talk so much in the video. Could be. Yes, so we can cycle our inventory here. You're going to find whatever it is that you're wanting to sell. So for us, that is going to be the products of. And see, this is the one of the things that's going to be great. It's going to be easier to sell those large quantities. Huh. I was pretty sure we just took some. Oh, we converted it to gold. That's fine. So, but anyways, we could sell this if we wanted to, and however many's in there. We do have quite a bit of the Black Lotus opium. So let's just double check Rema. While that gold skull's coming off the process, we sold a bunch of that earlier. I don't know what it was when I came in. Before I left the server, before the update, I left about 30 minutes early. I try not to get actually kicked off of the server because it can cause save issues. Unfortunately, when I left, I had over 200,000 silver at that time. When I came back in, it was down to 70,000. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. You know, things happen. Things get kind of swished around sometimes. But you know, it just kind of is what it is. It was a little disappointing because I'd stocked up so much stuff, made sure I had plenty of silver for whenever it came out. That way, if there was any kind of new weapons or anything, again, no new weapons. They did change a lot of the weapons, so everything we usually run on the Sandbuck is now give us a level 12 ship because they got some of those ratings on the weapons and armors and furnitures and stuff fixed. So that's something to look forward to. You don't have to just throw a bunch of crap on your ship to get to those high numbers anymore. Now in PvP, ship level means nothing. It's going to be just brute force. So that's always a great thing when it comes to PvP. Is the more firepower you can bring to bear, the better off you're going to be. Wow, such a long run to get up here, man. And then you get there, and okay. Just running up them steps in game made me tired. I don't know about y'all. Okay, buy and sell. Again, cycle inventory. Now we can access this, so we can actually sell all the desired products instead of having to go back and forth. You know, it bases off of how much ship space you have on this game. So to move product, unless you're running around in snow all the time, but I don't think I'd fit all this in the snow. So then, of course, our Black Lotus opium, we're going to be able to sell just big chunks of it. Boom, and done. So that's always awesome. I love to be able to do that now. That is something that's going to be very helpful. Okay. So that's another great option that we have. Wanted to show that to you. And again, that's going to work at any of your NPC merchants. I don't know of any actual player merchants, but they made sure they told us NPC merchants. When you're trading inside with another player, you can access the warehouse if you're on the island, but not out at sea on your ship. So maybe that's why they made the distinction there. See, it seems like there's something else. There are no new monsters as of right now, but the word has come from the devs that they're going to start stepping up their releases. So that's going to be a great option as well. We'll come over here and nope, we don't have any new ones there. We went ahead and we ran Zamaharabu earlier, so I'm not going to be seeing the Jaws of Retribution up here, at least not for 24 more hours. So yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at. Like we say, there was a lot of other things that they've added and kind of changed, little minute stuff like tweaking of weapons and stuff the PvP aspect. They have that on. It's pretty fun. You're going to run into situations on any kind of PvP game where you're going to find, one of those, players that's running something, and that's fine. You're not going to see it a whole lot, I don't think, in this game, because Ubisoft has got a pretty impressive system where if you're fighting in something, I don't recommend you just start reporting people because you lost. I'm sure there's people who do that in every PvP engagement. But if you see something that's really glaringly, kind of like, what in the world? Maybe you've brought 20 guys, or 15 guys to your server, and one person is just smoking them all. Obviously, something would be going on in that kind of a case. You just hit that report button, and they take care of it. So definitely don't be afraid to use it if you're pretty sure about it. Like I say, they will review the content at the moment that you reported. They'll go back and they'll check the gameplay leading up to that time, and they'll figure out what they got to do on that. So that's always a good option. And like I say, Ubisoft has always been pretty good about trying to keep that stuff to a minimum anytime they had any kind of PvP in a game. So does that make where you're not going to run into it? Of course not. And until people report that kind of stuff, you're going to see more and more of that in games, I believe, at this point. Okay, I want to make sure that I turn off my friends request here once we get to a fast travel spot. But I tell you what, it was a lot of fun. We didn't have all the numbers in because it is a work day, obviously, coming into Tuesday morning now for pretty much everyone on this side of the earth. I don't know what time it is over in UK right now. I think they're actually several hours ahead, so those guys are probably rolling out to work right now. So we're going to come over here. We're going to change this because I've noticed that we're getting more random players to jump on here lately. And I try to keep that where it's friends only, and sometimes I'll move it to invite only, like when I'm doing a video right now. It just makes it a little easier for me to focus on what I'm talking about, what I'm doing. But oh yes, we were going to the blacksmith. I want to show you some of these changes to the weapons that they've done. You may be thinking, well, why post a video? I figured out when I get in there what's some things to look for, and definitely make sure that you comment in and let us know what you have found if you find something new. So, and again, the automatic pieces 8, again, skeptical that it was going to happen so soon or whatever, but it didn't. It did not happen right now. We'll see if that comes out in the future here pretty soon. My understanding what they were talking about with that is it didn't sound to me like it was coming right away. It's something that they're planning. So we're going to have to wait and see. But there was some abilities that they added in that we didn't see, and then some things that seemed like didn't get put into it. So those Zambas are now 110s. It seemed like those were 105s at one time. Your Demi Cannon 5s are now 95s. I think they were actually always a 95 personally, but Coronad's 125s. Basilisks are 110s. So there's been a few changes here. Not a whole lot. It's like Ouroboros. Wanted to double check it because I figured it was going to get bumped up. It didn't get bumped up, but it's still a great armor to use on a tank. If you didn't see that video, make sure you go in. It says Sea Trials for Sandbuck and for the snow. We tested the snow. We had one of our viewers who's in the members. He got the privilege of just hammering that ship until it finally popped. And it took some 12 rounds at point blank range from a sandbuck to take it. That wasn't trying to heal or anything. That was just sit bracing. So we're going to do action videos here pretty soon with that. We have some action videos where, the guys that we were able to amass into the server, we just went around. There was a couple people flying their flags. We just went around and just made war. Waged some war with them guys, man. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. but that's something you got to look into. So it looks like the Raffle Ford's still 420, Wailing Ward's 400. I think these have basically stayed the same. I didn't see anything change in the base stats here, from what I can tell. These up them numbers, guys, didn't mean to yawn in y'all's ear. It is one of those things that happens. So you may come in and you may see the bug, the visual bug is what it is. Understand you're still pulling your eights in, so we'll come up here and say it's 114 an hour. It's not that you're only making 114 an hour. What's happened is you're running into the situation where uh, the game is just got a visual bug in there. You can typically reset the server and join in and maybe see it. I don't let it bother me. I just charge it up anyway, man. It's going to keep it filling up. So that's one of the things I like to do is just come in, and I figured I had a few that was going to need some silver here. That should be getting to the point now where most of these have about 10 to 16 hours, hopefully, on those charges. And we did bring quite a few more up to 8, or I'm sorry, 10. So we got this up to 10. We brought these two up to 10s now. I've not brought anything else up. And honestly, from the silver aspect, because of the helm mission where we would go pick up the rovers and then go blow them up, and you get two, sometimes 3 times the amount, you're just getting contract value. You can still carry multiple contracts and destroy that ship. You can still even carry your skull products to sell and just destroy the ship, and you're going to be able to keep your products and take whatever eights he had, but you no longer get that little bonus in there. So I'm not exactly sure why they decided to remove it. It was one of those features that I didn't figure was going to be in the game. So as soon as I realized what was going on with it, made sure to tell everybody, take advantage of it while you can. It sounds like somebody is using Ethereal Flame. I don't see which ships. If I had to guess, I would have guessed the Sandbuck. Right there's one. But I'm pretty sure that's mine. Yeah, so yeah, that's what that holler and scream was. That or they're running those wailing mermaids. But hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Just wanted to bring those updates. Like I say, those are what I've seen so far. Looks like some pretty good stuff. We didn't get everything we had hoped for this go around, but we got some good stuff, that's for sure. Like I say, the open all button, to me, I had about 600 crates of silver sitting in there, and I was not looking forward to trying to open all that up. So open all was just boom, done. It's not where you got to click it and then hit open, then open all. As soon as you open it, it opens the whole stack and just compounds it in. So that to me was definitely worth getting, and then the ability to not have to run to the warehouse, pick up your products, and run up the stairs to come back down. Even when you're using snow, when you're talking numbers, you sometimes we'll have 2,000 to 3,000 worth of a product and go to charge your silver up. Made for a lot of trips. So it got to where I would just like grab a load, try to fill everything up. If I had to go back, grab another load, I'd go back. So everything just kind of starts to pile up in there. But yeah, some really cool stuff. I think we've got everything charged up, ready to rock and roll now, so I am going to leave the stream. If you're looking for a great group of people, man, we have everything from the casual gamer, you've got kids, you've got jobs, you've got responsibilities. Hey, we understand that. We work together, we get people what they need. And then your hardcore gamers that are like, the tryhards, the diehards, the guys who go up in their guns ablaze to see how long they can last, just as long as they're doing damage. And we have all sorts of people in the server that all seem to play well together. There's a place for everyone over here. So if you're looking for a great gaming community, understand this won't be the only game we play. We play pretty much whatever you're interested in, man. That's going to be one of the great aspects of having a Discord group that is full of active players is you're going to be able to find like-minded people that you're already used to playing with, and maybe you check out another game. So that's always a really good thing to have in your community. Y'all have a wonderful day. We will talk to you later.